First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to the Manila Cathedral, especially those who are first-timers. We are also welcoming those who are coming from different countries. So, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Batiin nyo yung mga katabi nyong good morning. Okay. My dear sisters and brothers, today and in the next 2 Sundays, before the season of Lent, our gospel will come from what the scholars call the Sermon on the Mount, from the Gospel of Matthew. Just like what we heard in the introduction or the first part, Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and the crowds went with him. And he asked them to sit down, and he taught them. He taught them. This is an image that should be familiar with the Jews during that time. It was the image of Moses. Moses went up the mountain to commune with God and also to teach the people. Because in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus is the new Moses. Jesus is the new lawgiver. That's why in the Sermon on the Mount, you will hear Jesus deepening the teachings of Moses and give it new interpretation. So, our gospel today is a very familiar gospel. It's the Beatitudes. The Beatitudes. And these Beatitudes answer to the deep longing of the human heart, the desire of many of us, and that is to be happy. Alam ko naman po lahat tayo ay gustong maging masaya. Meron ba dito ang gustong maging malungkot ang buhay? Taas nga ang kamay. Meron ba dito ang gustong maging miserable ang buhay? Taas ang kamay? Wala. Every one of us here, we want to be happy. But sometimes, or many times, we look for happiness in the wrong places. We look for happiness in the wrong person. We look for happiness in the wrong circumstance. And that is why we end up not being happy, but being unhappy. Kaya, yung Beatitudes ay ibinigay sa atin ni Jesus bilang susi upang tayo ay maging tunay na maligaya. And here, if you listen carefully, you see that the Beatitude of Jesus is a kind of turning the values of the world upside down. Kasi sa mundo, sino ang pinagpala? Sino ang mapalad? Sino ang maligaya? Yung may pera, yung mayaman, yung limpak-limpak na salapi ang nasa basement. Okay? Sino yung masaya? Sino yung maligaya? Yung mataas ang tungkulin, yung successful sa buhay, yung maraming bahay, yung makapangyarihan. That is the measurement of the world. To be happy, you have to be powerful, you have to have many possessions, you have to be popular, especially during this modern time. Because of social media, yung masaya, yung maraming nagla-likes. Yung masaya, yung maraming nagpa-follow. Kaya, pag nag-post sa social media, halimbawa sa Facebook, at hindi nila like, te-text pa yung kaibigan, "Hoy, bakit hindi mo nila like yung aking post?" Yan. That is sometimes how we measure joy and happiness. But Jesus tells us differently. Para sa kanya, sino ang pinagpala? Yung pinagpala ay yung dukha sa Espiritu. Yung pinagpala ay yung nakakaranas ng kalungkutan. Yung pinagpala ay yung mababang loob. Yung pinagpala ay yung uhaw at sabik sa katarungan at katwiran. Yung pinagpala ay yung maawain. Yung pinagpala ay yung malinis ang puso. Sa sukatan ng Panginoon, ito ang tunay na magbibigay sa atin ng kaligayahan. Hindi sinasabi ng Panginoon na hindi natin kailangan ang mga material na bagay. Hindi ko sinasabi sa inyong hindi nyo kailangan ng pera. Hindi kayo makakauwi ng bahay kung wala kayong pera. Maglalakad kayo mula rito hanggang Quezon City. You need money. We need money. The cathedral needs money. Otherwise, pay-pay tayo, no? Pero ngayon, naka-aircon. But the Lord is saying, you are living in the world. You are living in the world. And you need what the world offers. But you should not belong to the world. Nakikitira ka lang. Dumadaan ka lang sa mundo. Huwag mong isiping ito na ang tunay mong tahanan. Yan ang kuminsan ng nakakalimutan natin. Lahat tayo ay mga pilgrims lamang. We are all travelers in this world. This is not our real home. And for us to be happy while in this world, we must use what the world offers, not to be attached to what the world offers, but to use them so that we may reach our real home. Parang pera. Yung pera, binigay sa iyo ng Panginoon. Gamitin mo yung pera para makauwi ka ng bahay. Sapagkat para sa Panginoon, yon ang tunay na magbibigay sa atin ng kaligayahan. Kaya, my dear sisters and brothers, if you analyze the Beatitudes, generally, what is this saying? Don't think much of yourself. Think more of others. Ang tunay na kaligayahan ay hindi yung pag-aasikaso lamang ng sarili, kundi ang pag-iisip ng kapwa. Earlier today, after the 8 o'clock Mass, I had some visitors. They are the General Council members of the Pious Disciples of the Divine Mercy. They are religious, mga madre. You know, I am struck by people like these religious sisters. They're happy. They look happy. But they are not married. They don't have families of their own. They do not have possessions. They live in a community, and everything that they have belongs to the community. But looking at them earlier today, I saw women who are happy in life. Kaya magmadre na yung pwede sa inyong magmadre, ha? Okay? Ganon din sa mga pare. Kasi ang tunay na kaligayahan ay hindi yung nakapokus ka sa sarili mo. Ang tunay na kaligayahan ay yung nakapokus ka sa pangangailangan ng iba. The less you think of yourself and the more you think of others, the more you will be very happy. Now, uulitin ko, ang Ebanghelyo ay hindi laban sa mga material na bagay. The Lord is not teaching us to abandon material possessions. We need them. We need them. Jesus even had rich friends, well-to-do friends. Martha, Maria, and Lazarus, they are well-to-do. They were well-to-do. Jesus does not condemn material possessions because these are blessings from God. But Jesus in the Beatitude is telling us, live in the world, but not belong to the world. Meaning, if the Lord will ask you to give them up, you will be more than willing to renounce what you have. Because real happiness consists not in what we possess, but rather on who possesses us. Ang tunay na kaligayahan ay hindi kung ano yung meron tayo. Ang tunay na kaligayahan ay yung kung sino ang nagmamay-ari sa atin. Kaya ang tanong ay, who possesses you? Who owns you? Is God the one who owns you? It's not what we own, but who owns us that will give us true joy. Amen.